All right, we are live for another Market Update Monday here on the Arrow Title Services page, and we are excited every week to share with you guys the most current and up-to-date information on what is going on in our local market here along the Treasure Coast. So every week we have local realtors who come on to share their big brains of real estate with us, and it's just always great to hear from them themselves. Each of them are experiencing different things, but we all are we're experiencing the same type of market, but each and every realtor has a different perspective on kind of what's going on and what they work with. So it's always great to hear the well-rounded variety of experiences that are going on right now. And it's just a great way that we want to come to you guys with the most up-to-date information of what's going on so that you guys can be prepared, whether you're looking to buy or sell right now. We do run this segment in about three parts. So the first portion, we talk about the market, how it's going right now, and just talk about how crazy things are going and how you can be most prepared. It's usually a discussion, and if you guys have questions while we are talking about that, you can feel free to leave us a comment, and we'll be happy to answer it for you guys. This is an interactive system that we're working with now, so we're happy to have this option for you. And then the second portion is any current listings that these amazing realtors have so that you guys can get a better look at what's going on in the market right now in a sense of the houses and the prices that they're going for. It is a seller's market right now, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later, but it's really great to see those options that are on the market. And then the third portion is any announcements that these local realtors have, which is always great information. You guys can reach out to any of the local realtors who are on here via their Facebook pages, which are tagged in the description of this video, and we hope that you guys find this valuable throughout. There is great information all the way throughout, and you can always watch the replays to any of our weeks on our Arrow Title Services YouTube channel. So let's get started with what's going on this week. And I'm really excited to talk about this week and just what's coming up in the coming weeks as well. So thank you guys so much for coming on here and sharing with us. We will go to Katey first.
Hey, here we go in alphabetical order. I love it. Katey Bourgeois with the Bourgeois Real Estate Group. Again, Lucie, thank you. Thank you for giving us the opportunity and the platform to connect with potential buyers and sellers in our local market. We've been talking about it since, March virtually. Demand is very high. Inventory is very low. So like you said, we are in a seller's market across the Treasure Coast from Palm Beach, Martin, St. Lucie, and Indian River County, which is the area that Bourgeois Real Estate Group serves. With the low inventory, in addition to that, the money is cheap. So the interest rates are very low, which is continuing to sort of add to the appreciation of prices in our market because there's so much demand for the inventory that's available. And another portion of it, as we've talked about before, is the to Florida, where the in-migration of people from other areas that are coming to live the South Florida lifestyle, Treasure Coast, beautiful lifestyle here, while they're telecommuting to work, working remotely. And there were a couple really cool articles that came out. There was one from Florida Realtors this morning, sort of paraphrasing from that article this morning what I just talked about. And then also there was another great article that came out about immigration, specifically why people are moving and specifically into Florida, and the fear factor is lessened, which is great news. People are coming to Florida not just because they're fearful of lockdowns and high populated areas, but also they're coming here because they want to come here for the lifestyle, for the pricing of our homes, which is very affordable compared to some of the bigger cities, the more metropolitan areas. And, I think the good news there is people are less fearful. They're not making a decision out of fear. They're making a decision out of focused effort on where they want to live. And why wouldn't they want to live on the Treasure Coast? So we represent both buyers and sellers in this market. We have had a tremendous amount of success in 2020. Selling properties for sellers that were ready to go, positioning them appropriately to get a lot of interest on their properties, multiple offers in some cases, a lot of cash coming into the area. So first-time home buyers, move-up buyers, move-down buyers, or right-sizing buyers. There is something for everyone as long as you're working with the right professional who will go beyond what's maybe in the MLS as far as the buyer side, and working with the right seller's agent, listing agent, to market that property to get tip-top dollar, as long as your property is in tip-top shape.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Katey. Always great information. And great points that were made on there too, and just how our market is being kind of, I wouldn't say flooded per se, but like by a lot of a lot of other states, and just people flooding into here with their money. Yes, their money, because it is cheaper here than a lot of other places that are very more popular, more densely populated, I'd say. So that's a great topic to bring up, Katey. Thank you so much. And we will move on to see what Megan has been seeing.
I echo a lot of what Katey was saying. It's definitely more of a seller's market. I put 2 properties on the market this week. Both were under contract at or over list price within 24 hours. So just a lot of demand out there. I looked at some stats like I always do. And for basically from Friday until Sunday night, 164 properties went under contract. So it is a busy, busy market out there. We're getting buyers even from Texas and some other states and areas that we hadn't previously had. And, you really just need to meet, if you're in the market, you need to be able to have your pre-approval letter, make a quick decision, and work with a realtor that can get your offer accepted. So it's a fun, crazy market out there. There's a lot to be had, as Katey said. And the one thing that I keep hearing from some of my buyers is, especially some of the condos that are on the ocean, they said, am I missing something? Why is it so affordable compared to other areas? The beaches here are so beautiful, and it's a great lifestyle. So we're kind of that hidden treasure where we're, about an hour and 45 minutes, 2 hours from Orlando, and about the same distance from Fort Lauderdale and Miami. So I think we're a little hidden gem that everyone's now discovering. So we've got a lot of good things coming.
Absolutely. And I always tell people, I think that about 9, because I'm born and raised here along the Treasure Coast. So every time I hear someone's moved to the area, I always ask them, I'm like, what brought you here? Like, how did you find out about here? And they're almost like 95% of them say that they knew someone, their uncle, their sister, their mom, like someone lives here. And that's how they found out about here. So it's almost like a who knows who type of thing. Like, you come here because you know somebody. Like, otherwise, when people think of Florida, it's usually Orlando or Miami, maybe Tampa, because the Super Bowl was just there. So it's very interesting to see that dynamic, but we do definitely have a treasure here along the Treasure Coast. So thanks for bringing that up, Megan. That's great. And Demitri, what do you see in the market, and how things are going currently?
Well, I'll tell you that all my thunder was stolen by the first 2. So. But no, I'll add a couple items because everything they said is really on point. And what I would kind of follow up with is that not only are we seeing cash and buyers coming in from areas where their properties sold, quite higher than the properties are selling for here. So, they can really buy a bargain. But more importantly, interest rates are still very low. You're still in the 2s, 2 to 3% on your interest rates. And that's just kind of unbelievable money. So you come from a place where your house might have been $800,000 to come to a new place in Florida and buy a $300,000 or $400,000 house that's as bigger, maybe has more features than you had back home, and you can finance it at a rate probably half of what you had your property at home at. So it really makes it affordable coming to Florida. And I've definitely seen buyers from all over. Normally we see the traditional New Jersey, New York type buyers that are coming in, but I've seen them. I've talked to people now more from like Kentucky, West Virginia, Pennsylvania. I heard someone mention that Texas. So I've had a couple from Texas as well, Alabama. So these are areas that I haven't normally seen that many people, but I'm getting quite a few that are coming in and looking for properties here in Florida at that. So I think we've got a great market. I think that values are definitely here. Certainly, I think like everybody, we wish inventory was a little bit higher than what we've got right now, but the values are here. If you can find the house, and maybe in some cases, because inventory is a little bit lower, to maybe look at some of the properties that need a little bit of rehab and look at using the 203K loans to go ahead and buy what you want, but get it fixed up if you're not in a rush to move in. So it can be more of that dream house that you actually wanted. So that's my 2 cents.
Love it. Thank you so much for sharing that, Demitri. That was great information. And it's also very prominent that we are getting a lot of influx. Florida's always been a melting pot, I'd say, of a lot of different places, but it's kind of crazy to see that now it's becoming even more so a melting pot from these other different cultures, I guess I could call them, around the United States, because I think of I compare the US to almost like Europe in a sense. Like each of our states are almost like they're mini countries, and each of these states have their own way of living, and when you have a melting pot like Florida, it's just very diverse, and I think that makes it a very valuable place to come to too, because when people come here, they're able to access the different types of food that are here, and it just makes a very well-rounded population for people to get kind of a little bit of everything, rather than going to one place and getting a different set type of cultural aspects. So it's very interesting to hear that they're coming from all over, but I kind of want to bring it up open discussion now that everybody's kind of spoken, and kind of talk about what kind of advice would you guys give to people who are on the fence about selling their homes right now? We are in we've talked about this week and time again, where there is just not enough inventory, and I wonder where that push and that give is going to give. But what would you guys suggest what's the kind of conversations you guys are having with sellers right now?
I would, Lucie, every situation is a little different. So, going back to a conversation we've had several times where, some people have a lot of equity in the property that they maybe potentially are thinking about selling. Maybe they just refinanced and cashed out a little bit, did some nice improvements. Every situation is a little different. I would encourage anyone who's thinking about it just to make a phone call. It does not cost anything to talk to a realtor, to sort of feel the market out, to see where you are, see what is happening in your neighborhood, and position for, set a pricing position that is not greedy. And, it depends on the motivation too. If you want it quick, fast, and in a hurry, there are plenty of buyers out there. If you think you want to get a little more for your property, if it's in tip-top shape, then, there may be some buyers out there. We don't have a crystal ball, but, we'll give it our best shot. As long as that property's in tip-top shape, we hope to get tip-top dollar for it.
Awesome.
I'm going to tell you, I have the same conversation with every seller. It always starts out like this. All right, if I sell your house, where are you going? Because if they sell their house and they don't know where they're going to go, I'd hate to see them be, in essence, homeless or without a home and being stuck in an apartment or something. So we have that conversation. And the second half of it is, all right, I sell your house and you got an idea where you're going. Can you get qualified? Can you get a loan? Because even though you got a house, we got to make sure you can, buy what you're looking for, and that what you're looking for is available. I think those are two important aspects before selling your house. Obviously, I want to sell it because that's what I'm in the business to do. But I also in the business to helping people, and I want to make sure they think forward so they don't suddenly have an emergency that they're stuck with.
Yep. No, and those are both great, great points as well too. And again, you need to just talk to your buyers and sellers and find out what their motivation is. Are they moving because they want to be closer to family? Are they moving because they've done everything they can to this house and they just need an extra room for the kids or another office? So it just comes down to their individual needs. And then just reminding them too, even though we put it on the market, you're still in control of this process. So if we get an offer and it's too soon for you to move, that's something that we can negotiate. We put it on the market and we thought we could get this price and maybe all the offers are coming in lower. You don't have to sell, and you're still in charge. I always say, I provide and you decide, so this is ultimately your house and your decision. But just, I liked what Katey said too. It doesn't hurt. It's a free consultation with any of these awesome realtors on the call, just to see what your house is worth. Because I've been surprised at how many people, again, talking about the equity that they have in their homes and when they purchase them, have no idea in this crazy market where things are going. And so that opens up a whole nother conversation and so many more opportunities of your money is going to stretch so much further too. So you might be able to buy that dream house that you didn't think you could afford previously. So doesn't hurt to have those conversations.
Absolutely. A conversation is free. And I think sometimes people think, oh, they're going to take all my money because I'm talking to them. No, that's not the case. And I loved all of the points that you guys talked on. And one of the points that Megan just mentioned, and the fact that it's really about what people are looking for to move out of, right? And I think that this market, a piece of the puzzle of why this market is going so crazy right now is because people were stuck in their homes for months, and they either found a bunch of stuff that they didn't like about their homes, and they were like, I thought this was my dream home, but it's really not because the kitchen sucks or whatever sucks. So that happened, and whether they put the time in, a lot of people put time into fixing their homes too. So that might, make them hold on to their properties a little bit longer as well. But then there's the fact of the change in the workforce, and the workforce has changed to the point where now a lot more people are working remotely. A lot more people have kids that are working that are studying and going to school from home. So like when your kid's room becomes your office and your kid's room, and you're like, and you got everything moving on in the background and you can't focus, a lot of people are moving into situations where they need a home office, or, just maybe a flex space in their home because they need a little bit more room to be able to like focus at home. And so that's just another piece of the puzzle as to why things are so crazy right now. And I'd be interested to hear from you guys, where do you guys see people who are selling? Where are they moving to? Are they moving here locally? Are they moving to a bigger home? Or are they moving out of the area? That would be an interesting thing to kind of talk about, if anybody has any insight in that.
I would say for me, most of my sellers are either moving closer to family, or a lot of the sellers that I've had recently it's all second homes for them, because they've got this flexibility and they see that the market is on fire. So, why not? So they're not as strapped, to try to find that next home. I think the buyers that are out there, the sellers that are out there trying to sell their home and find the next home are a little bit more cautious at this point. But
absolutely. Yeah. And I think we have a huge outlet of that too here, because Florida is a huge place for people to have like retirement homes too. But Demitri, you're going to say something?
Yeah, I was going to say a lot of my sellers have come kind of from that second home, but it's been, a parent has passed away and they've inherited a home. And so they're moving to the larger house, or to, their house that they like, and selling their own house. Not that they don't like it, but they're just kind of moving on up, I guess, and selling their house, or they're moving out of area. Those have been my, if I were to categorize the sellers that I've had over the last 6 months, they're in those two categories. So, which is probably good for them. And they made a little money on their house. So,
yeah, absolutely. Hey, everybody likes money, right?
Yeah, I do. I like it. I think all of my buyers and sellers like money too.
Money makes the world go round. I agree with Megan and John. Second home sales, those people that have extra properties that need to go. We're seeing people moving into spaces that are more catered to their current lifestyle. They're sort of moving out of the neighborhoods and closer to the water, or they want a boat. They want to have their boat at on the other side of their pool. You know what I mean? And also, I'm seeing families that are combining households. So we have family members that are coming together and living in a bigger home, sort of like as a compound, so that they can be together frequently and sell off properties that they probably won't need into the future. So
absolutely. Yeah. And I think that might even be pushed because of the current circumstances with, COVID, with people just needing to be closer to their families, or trying to take care of the elderly that may not be able to fend for themselves as much. And it's kind of just bringing to light those situations. So it's very dynamic. It's very interesting to see how many moving parts are actually contributing to this crazy market. Cause it's not just, you can't just say, oh, it's because Florida's hot. It is because Florida's hot, but there's a million and one reasons behind it. So it's always great to delve into that. And thank you guys for putting your expertise into there and sharing with us just what's going on with the market right now and how things are looking. Again, if you guys are watching live and you want to reach out to any of, or not live, but if you want to reach out to any of the amazing local professionals on here, you can get their contact information in the description below of this video. It is always great, and like they said, to get a free conversation, just talk to them, see what your home is even worth. I mean, it's always good knowledge to have, and they're always very helpful here. So we're happy to have them on here and share their big brains. And they're also giving up a 30 minutes to an hour of their time here on Mondays. It's crazy right now. We're all busy, but it's always such a value to have them on here. And that just shows a piece of them that they care to help those others who are out there. So just keep a note of that. Thank you guys for coming on here. And we'll go on to the second portion of this, which is the listing presentation, where each of these amazing realtors is going to show you a current listing that they have on the market. And you guys get a better idea of kind of like what that's looking like. What is the market? What is the house actually going for? What kind of house is it? Katie's mentioned tip-top dollar for tip-top shape, like a billion times before. So it's cool to actually see the house compared to the price and kind of what those are looking like. So we will go ahead and go into that section now. Katey, would you like to start us off?
Absolutely. Do I need to reshare that video? Oh, check you out. Thank you, Lucy. All right, so 502 Southeast Castle Court, Unit B. This is a 2-story condo in Camelot Gardens, which is in Eastport, Port St. Lucie. 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath. Of course, I said 2-story. Just over 1,300 square feet. Again, it is on the east side of US 1 in a beautiful area, Eastport off of Leonard Road. So Camelot Gardens is this is a condominium association, townhome in a condominium association. So it's a little neat. So we have there's a new AC. We've got a nice clean roof there. I'm going to restart that because there's some nice photos here. What I want to talk about was the neighborhood. So this neighborhood is so super cute. It has nighttime security. It has pickleball, shuffleboard. It has a community pool and a clubhouse. So you can go hang out in the fresh open air spaces. In this property, we've got new laminate floors, new AC. We've got accordion storm shutters. You have 2 parking spaces for this unit. One is covered in a carport area and one is uncovered, and they're right at the door. This is just minutes from the Port St. Lucie Civic Center. There's a hospital nearby. We have the Treasure Coast Mall, of course, our beautiful beaches. We always want to mention that. And you're actually in the middle of a couple of downtown areas. You've got Jensen Beach close by. You've got that Civic Center area close by. And you could do a hop, skip, and jump down to downtown Stuart or even up to downtown Fort Pierce. So asking price on this is $152. It's been on the market for just a handful of days. We've had back-to-back showings. If you or if you are interested or you know someone who's interested in this property, give us a call, 772-444-6989 to schedule your private viewing. Katey Bourgeois with the Bourgeois Real Estate Group. Thank you so much, Lucy. I so appreciate the platform to share what's going on in the market.
Thank you, Katey. It's always great to see those homes, and thank you so much for sharing that. It is great to see those properties like that are in an affordable price range too, because a lot of people think that there's nothing that's affordable out there. I can't get a house right now under $400,000.
And this is all ages. It's all ages.
Oh, that's an important piece. Definitely.
It's a great price. There are a lot of homes that are priced like this, or condos or townhomes priced like this, are typically in the housing for older persons section, the 55 plus age restricted. This is not age restricted.
Absolutely. Love that. Thank you so much, Katey. All right, we will go on to Megan. What do you have to share with us today, Megan? Oh, you're muted, Megan.
I'm going to show you a vacant lot that I have over at the Treasure Coast Air Park, because all the other houses, everything that I had before has gone under contract. So this is where you can build your dream house. So let me share the screen really quick with you guys. Let's see. So this is out of the Treasure Coast Air Park. It is just west of Tradition. This lot is listed for $325,000. You can see it's on the direct runway access, and it's 6.38 acres. You can build on 4.5 acres, and then the very back part of it, in the very back, is the wetland area. So you have tons of privacy. It's on a quiet cul-de-sac. It's partially cleared, and you can work with any builder here. This is a nice, quiet little community. Everyone kind of looks out for each other. I do have some examples from Groza Builders where they have a 5-bedroom home on top of this lot for under $650. If you want to do that, you don't have to be a pilot to be out in the community. You can see all the wetlands back here and lots of privacy from everyone. The community is about half and half in terms of pilots and people that just like the extra space, want to have build a big either a hangar or a big garage, have their RV. So it's a lovely, lovely community. 6.38 acres for $325,000 right on the direct runway access. It's a nice community. So if you know anyone that's looking to build, here's looking out into the wetland area in the back, and then the survey with all the wetlands in this back area here. My number is 772-828-1086, and my name is Megan, and I'm with Kai's Real Estate. Thank you.
Thank you, Megan. Great. Beautiful property, and always great to see vacant lots because those are few and far between nowadays.
Yeah.
So it's really great to see that and just give that information about kind of what the prices of that are looking like in certain aries. So thank you, Megan. All right, Demitri, what do you have for us today?
Before you jump to mine, I was going to mention to Megan, because I'm a pilot, and if I was interested in that property, I'd probably like to know the length of the runway and whether there are lights on it so I can land at night. So there's probably two things you might want to tell people.
Okay. Yep. It's 600 feet. That's a grass runway.
Perfect.
Cool.
All right. So mine, you got that link, or you want me to share my screen?
Are you able to share your screen?
Yeah, I can share it. Sure.
Okay.
So let's do that. So my property is in, where is it? It's in Sandpiper. It's 2513 Southeast Morningside. And let's see, we're going to share my screen and monitors. I don't know, share my screen.
Yeah, just share your screen again.
Share. Okay, what is it? Oh yeah, share audio too. Okay. And no, not application window. Perfect. That's what I want. That one. Okay, share that. And here we go. So 3D tour. So here in Morningside is the beautiful house. It's a 3-2 with a 2-car garage. Pretty much everything has been redone on this house. It's sitting on the golf course there in Sandpiper. One of the nice things about Sandpiper is it is an all ages community. It's an older established community as well. There's no HOA, which is great. You have nice lots, like large lots, and you have sidewalks. So being able to walk with your family as you enjoy the neighborhood is pretty nice as well. I'm not having much luck doing this. See, I'm a first-time person. I'm learning from all of you how to do this. So next week, maybe I'll do a better job.
That's all right. If you go to the photos, then you should just be able to share the photos if you want to do
those. Okay, so let's do that. So there's your family room that you've got, and you can see it's got all nice laminate floor throughout the whole place. Got your formal dining room and living room in this place. Nice open kitchen out to the family room, and a nice patio as well. Then you got, like I said, 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms on this. And that's there on Morningside in Sandpiper. So if you got any questions, certainly give me a call, 561-254-4673.
Great. And how much did you say that was, Demitri?
Oh, it's $319,000.
Very nice. It's a very nice area too, right off of there in Sandpiper. So
yes.
Thanks for sharing that. That's great. All right. So guys, we just ended the portion where each of the realtors on here shared a current listing that they have in the market. It's always a great way to see what's out there. If you missed it, go rewatch it, and also listen back to the conversation and discussion that we had at the beginning of this. That was awesome. Just talking about the market and how things are. You can always watch the replays of all of these videos on our YouTube channel, Arrow Title Services. So feel free to check that out and hear kind of what we talked about in the past few weeks, or even go back all the way last year to March, where how we were talking about the market and what we were kind of predicting things were going to be like. It's kind of crazy to think of that we've been doing this for almost a year now with these live videos, but the world is constantly changing around us, right? So it's great to hear how we were kind of going through. And don't mind my video skills of going through it when I just started off, but it was really cool to navigate that market and see how things have changed over time. So thanks to everyone who came on here to share that with us today. And we're going to go into the announcement portion where all of the amazing realtors on here have things going on all the time. It's always great to hear what's coming up and just announcements on what might be coming up in the market. Sometimes there's coming soons, which I love because it's like you heard it here, folks. Here first, folks. Can't speak. It's cool. So I love that coming soons, but it's always just great information to hear from them is just what's coming up and things for you to look forward to in the next Market Update Monday. So Katey, do you have anything coming up that you'll want to share with everyone?
Sure, I always have something to say. We're working on a cute little house in Port St. Lucie on Oroso. Peter Hibbard will be bringing a property to market soon, very affordable, and it'll probably go very quickly. I believe it's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, single-car garage on Oroso. Don't know the price just yet, but it'll be affordable, probably below that $215 mark. We did have Rustic Lane, which I have featured in Monday's past, come back onto the market. The buyer got cold feet. Out-of-state buyer took off. We were able to get that back under contract with multiple offers within 24 hours of it going back onto the market. And Bourgeois Real Estate Group is a sponsor for the Walking Tree Craft Beer and Wing Fest. They're calling it the Anyway Fest. The Rotary typically does a very big festival, and unfortunately they've decided not to do it. So Walking Tree Brewery and Bureau said, we'll do it anyway. So we will be working the check-in booth and helping that festival. We're looking for volunteers, and we'll be out there talking to people, hanging out at Walking Tree Brewery on February 20th, midday.
Very nice. Love hearing about things coming up in the community too. It's always great to share that and see how you guys. And good to see how our local realtors are connected in our community as well and giving back. So it's always great to hear that. Thanks, Katey, for sharing. Megan, what about you?
Right now, I've got 2 that are going to come on the market, but it'll probably be March 1st. But 2 pool homes. So one over in Parr Estates, that's a couple of years old, and then the other one will be in Country Club Estates. So.
Very nice.
Those will be coming, but right now just working with lots of buyers and trying to find that diamond in the rough.
Yeah, absolutely. And pool homes are a huge thing right now. People are loving the pool homes, so I'm sure those will not be there very, very long. So, and maybe you guys will get to hear those on a Market Update Monday in March. So make sure you guys stay tuned because Megan's a regular on here. So thanks so much for sharing that, Megan. Okay. What about you, Demitri?
2 announcements, I guess. Saturday from 2 until 4, we're going to have an open house at that Morningside property that I told you about. That is, if it doesn't sell this week, but there will be an open house for that. And then secondly, I have a upcoming 55 plus in the Grove, a 2-2 totally rehabbed property. It's going to come up probably about the 3rd week of March for a very affordable $135,000. Completely rehab, new kitchen, granite countertops, beautiful flooring, fresh paint, ready to move in and enjoy your wonderful place in this nice, beautiful 55 plus community.
Love that. Thank you, Demitri. You guys will have to stay tuned for that too. Love the coming soons. Love the coming soons. Awesome. Love to see how you guys are, getting out there, getting those listings, seeing, it's interesting to hear, hey, Demitri has something that's kind of up in the next month or so you can kind of gauge that people are, waiting for the specific right time for them to put it on the market. So for all the buyers out there that might be watching, just keep your ears tuned. So that's amazing. Thank you guys so much for sharing that. If you guys are just tuning in now, you missed a great episode of Market Update Monday, and you should totally rewatch it. Hear the discussion we had, see the listings that are on the market, hear the upcoming listings that are coming from these amazing realtors, and don't forget to reach out to the local realtors who are on here. If you have any questions whatsoever, you can follow their Facebook pages linked in the description of this video. We are so happy to have them on here each and every week to share what's going on in the market, and we hope that you guys have enjoyed this and found value in this video. You can always watch replays to all of our past videos on our YouTube channel, Arrow Title Services, and we will see you guys again next week for Market Update Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you happen not to be in Florida. As well as, just so you guys know, this is kind of gauged towards towards the sellers portion of things, but we do host a Thursday's Top Tips in Real Estate that kind of focuses on the buying side of things, and we talk about different topics each and every week. So that's another great video to check out if you guys wanted to see that. Some of the realtors who are on here are also a part of that, so it's just great information where we also have lenders who come on there and share what's going on the lending side of things, which is a big piece of the puzzle when it comes to the buyer side. So thank you guys so much for being a part of this. We look forward to seeing you guys again soon here on Market Update Monday, and we will see you guys next week. Have a great one, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Lucie. We appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Okay.